Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Building Basics, where today we're going to be looking at signs and how to use them in Minecraft building. So, there are quite a few interesting uses later in the video, so stick around for that. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. So here is one of the first things I thought of when I started this video. So yeah, we've got this sort of texturing, which is what I call weathering in this way. So using trapdoors or signs like this can give a sort of worn down effect, and you can also put in, like, for example, stairs, like so. So I'll just get some stairs and just put them in like that, add some cracks into that, and you can just add trapdoors onto that. It makes a really nice design, and it's good if you're wanting to do a sort of ruined build. So here we have a pillar, and we have these signs on the top and the bottom going round, wrapping round, which basically gives it extra depth and makes it look extra cool. Now, I'm sure you all know about putting signs on stairs to make them chairs, but you can also add in trapdoors to this to make a more realistic chair, which is what I quite often do in some of my builds. So that's another use for signs. And then we also have boarded up windows. So if you want to do boarded up windows, use some signs. You can always make them slightly less boarded up, some broken stuff, by having them not fully covered. I mean, I think that makes it look extra cool. Now this use is using this useful fact that signs are slightly taller than a block, actually a lot taller than one, because you've got it even over carpet. And with this we can make a sort of snooker or pool table with the cues lying on top. We can also use this in a few other things. So let's move over to my adventure map to show a few others. So here we are in my adventure map, and we're just going to need to go through into this castle over here, and I will show you some really cool use for signs in the same way. Yes, so here we have signs and lecterns going together to make this sort of carpet look a bit more interesting. You can add some curves to the sort of lecterns here, and it makes it look really, really cool. And I mean, I'm not even really sure what this is supposed to be, it just makes it look slightly more interesting. So yeah, do with that what you will. So now we're moving on to hanging signs, and you can see here, this is an interesting sort of way of not using stairs, because quite often when you're wanting to make a building pop out with the pillars, you'll quite often go for some stairs like so. But you don't have to do this. Actually, a hanging sign works quite nicely as some sort of more blocky movement, but it's slightly more interesting with depth-wise. Then here you might be wondering why we've got a load of hanging signs all linked next to each other, but this is also something you can do with signs, and this is a way of adding sort of extra supports to a roof. So this looks interesting, but if we wanted to, we could very quickly get, say, some spruce signs, and I'll just delete a load of these, and then you can put signs on these. I'll just change them to NBT so it'll be quicker, and you can do that and add some really cool support. So these are two different ways of doing the same thing. I personally think that the sign one looks better, but the hanging sign one also looks interesting. Now this is the final use for hanging signs I've found, and this is sort of a shirt hanger or coat hanger in a closet, and I mean, it's an interesting design, but it is a bit thick, so you could have this as being some sort of top that is hanging on it. But it's an interesting idea. There isn't really any other thing you can use for shirt hangers or coat hangers, so this is probably the best you can do. So with that, that is all the things I could find for using signs and hanging signs in Minecraft with building. So if I missed anything, do tell me in the comments down below. Also, if you like this series, please hit that like and subscribe button, as it would really help me out. And I hope to see you all in my next video. Goodbye!